souls who yearn to know the secrets hidden deep beneath the dust of time. Let me lead you to an island of legends, where the sea breeze whispers ancient tales of a glorious civilization long gone. This is Crete, the island where the mighty King Minos once ruled, where deep labyrinths hide monsters and magnificent palaces once filled with laughter and song. On a fateful morning in the golden years of the First World War, as the shovels of archaeologists were still toiling to uncover the past at the great Minos Palace at Phaistos, one of the centers of power of the ancient Minoan civilization, the earth revealed something that shocked the world. From the remains of a burned-out cellar, hidden beneath a temple, a small object, made of baked clay, was raised. It was not gold or silver, nor was it a sharp sword, but its appearance was more shocking than any treasure, the Phaistos Disc. The round disc, about 6 inches in diameter and an inch thick, was made of ochre-colored baked clay. Both sides were covered with rows of strange symbols, arranged in a spiral pattern that spiraled from the outer edge toward the center of the disc. The symbols were not carved by hand, as was typical of Minoan writing. Instead, they appeared to have been carefully stamped with individual seals, a technique not seen in any other writing from that era. There are 241 distinct markings on the disc, but they only consist of 45 different types of symbols. Each symbol is a tiny, vivid image: a head in a feathered cap, a man walking, a fish, a bee, a boat, a shield, a tree branch. Each image is a puzzle, an invitation to human curiosity. From the moment it was found, the Phaistos Disc became one of the great mysteries of archaeology. It is unlike anything we have ever seen from the Minoans or any other ancient civilization. Its language is completely foreign. Its purpose is unclear. Is it a message? A record? A ritual object? Or something beyond our understanding? For over a century, many scholars, linguists, and mystery enthusiasts have tried to decipher these signs, but all have fallen into vain. The Phaistos Disc still stubbornly holds its secret, as if it was created to challenge the wisdom of mankind for thousands of years. So who created the Phaistos Disc, and what does it want to tell us? Why is it so unique, with no copies or similar objects found? The whisper from the depths of the earth has raised a great question, an unsolved secret, forever inviting us to embark on a journey to discover what has sunk into oblivion. Souls who have joined us in contemplating the mysterious appearance of the Phaistos tablet, now let your eyes wander over the rows of symbols that line its surface. Each sign is a riddle, each spiral a maze, and each tiny image contains a strangeness that continues to haunt the human mind. The first thing that makes the Phaistos tablet unique is not just its existence, but the way it was created. Unlike the usual Minoan scripts, such as Linear A or Linear B, which were engraved with a stylus into wet clay, the symbols on the Phaistos tablet were created by stamping individual marks while the clay was still soft. This was an early form of printing, a technology that would not be seen again until thousands of years later, with the invention of the modern printing press. What does the use of separate seals for each symbol mean? Efficiency. This suggests that the creator wanted to produce many copies of the same text quickly, or at least wanted to ensure the uniformity and accuracy of the symbols. If only one copy is found, then the creation of the seals would have been an unnecessary investment of effort. This has led some scholars to believe that other Phaistos tablets existed but have not been found, or have been destroyed over time. Systematic, the existence of 45 separate types of symbols, each of which could represent a syllable, a word, or a meaning, suggests that this was a complete writing system, rather than a random collection of drawings. The images on the Phaistos disc are also incredibly diverse and detailed, from images of men wearing feathered helmets, called warriors, women, children, trees, birds, insects, to man-made objects such as boats, shields, and axes. Each image carries a hidden message, but their meaning remains shrouded in darkness. Since its discovery in 1908, the Phaistos tablet has been a silent battleground for scholars. Hundreds of researchers, from linguists, archaeologists, cryptographers and amateur enthusiasts, have been involved in the battle to decipher it. Each has their own hopes, theories, and approaches, but all have ended in disappointment. The main difficulties in deciphering the Phaistos tablet include, no bilingual text. This is the biggest obstacle. If we had a similar text written in a known language, like the Rosetta Stone that helped decipher Egyptian hieroglyphics, deciphering would be much easier. Length of text, with only 241 symbols and 45 different types of signs, the text is too short to be amenable to the frequency analysis methods commonly used in cryptography. There is not enough data to reliably identify repeating patterns, uniqueness. The lack of any other texts using the same notation system makes comparisons and clues impossible. It stands alone as a unique mystery in the universe of ancient languages. Unclear provenance. Was it a native Minoan text? Or was it created by another civilization and brought to Crete? Hypotheses have been put forward, from ancient Greek, Luwian, an Anatolian language, Semitic, to even more exotic languages. Many theories have been put forward about the contents of the disc. Religious text. It may be a hymn, a prayer, or a ritual text. Images such as a headdress with feathers or flowers may support this theory. Administrative or legal text. Some have suggested that it is a record of goods, taxes, or a royal decree. However, the nature of the images and the spiral arrangement do not seem consistent with ordinary administrative text, calendar, or astronomical text. Some scholars believe that it is a calendar of some kind, recording astronomical cycles, especially the images of birds and stars, a game or toy. Some bold theories suggest that it is simply a recreational item or an ancient chess set. Each theory has its own arguments, but no one has been able to provide convincing evidence, a comprehensive decipherment accepted by scholars. The Phaistos disc remains a curse to those who dare to try to decipher it, causing many to spend their lives studying it and then leave in regret. It lies there, a small lump of clay, carrying a message from a world that has sunk deep into the past, constantly challenging the intellect and desire for understanding of mankind. The echoes of the strange symbols still reverberate, inviting us to search for clues, even though the battle to decipher it may last for centuries more. Souls who have joined us in contemplating the strangeness and incomprehensibility of the Phaistos disc, we now listen to the whispers of its true purpose. While language remains a formidable bulwark, the disc's unique form and symbolic content have led scholars to a myriad of theories about its role in the ancient Minoan civilization. Theories about the purpose of the Phaistos disc. 1. A ritual or religious text. This is one of the most popular theories. The location of the disc, in a cellar under the Phaistos palace, near a temple, suggests a connection to religious or ritual activities. hymn or prayer. The repetitive symbols and their pictographic nature could be a hymn to the Minoan gods, or a prayer to bestow blessings and ward off evil. Images of feathered warriors, women, and animals may be characters or symbols in a myth, spell or divination text. It may be a tool for performing spells, prophecies, or divinations, used by Minoan priests or magicians to predict the future or influence events. 2. An astronomical almanac or astronomical instrument. Given its circular shape and spiral arrangement of symbols, some scholars believe that the Phaistos Disc may have been a complex astronomical calendar, recording astronomical cycles. The symbols may represent days, months, or important astronomical events such as solstices, equinoxes, or phases of the moon. Images of stars, the sun, and migratory birds may be clues to this function, predicting seasons. For an agricultural civilization like the Minoans, keeping track of the seasons and predicting planting and harvesting times was paramount. The disc may have served this purpose, helping them align their lives with the cycles of nature. 3. Administrative or commercial document. Although less common due to its unique and pictographic nature, some still believe that the tablet may be an administrative or commercial document, list of goods or property. The symbols may represent types of goods, quantities, or names of people. However, the brevity and spiral structure of the text seem to be inconsistent with typical administrative documents, such as linear A or linear B. Contract or decree. It may be a copy of an important contract or a decree from the king. What makes the Phaistos tablet truly remarkable, and one of the most daring theories, is the method by which it was made. As mentioned in Part 2, the symbols were created by individually stamping them into soft clay, rather than by hand engraving. What does this mean? It could be evidence of an early printing technology that existed in Crete over 3,500 years ago. If true, this would be a monumental invention, predating Johannes Gutenberg's movable type printing by thousands of years. Minoan movable type system. To create the tablet, the Minoans would have had to have crafted a set of 45 separate seals, each bearing a different symbol. This is similar to a movable type set, allowing them to arrange and stamp the symbols in any order. The purpose of rapid reproduction. If this system was used to create important documents, it would mean that the Minoans had found an efficient way to copy information quickly and accurately. Why has only one copy been found? This remains a big question. It is possible that the others were destroyed, or that the system was not widely used, or that it was only used for a very specific purpose. If this was indeed a form of printing technology, it would suggest that the Minoans' intelligence and innovation were far beyond what we have ever known. They were not only magnificent palace builders and skilled sailors, but also incredible inventors, capable of creating complex tools to manage and disseminate information. The Phaistos Disc, though still undeciphered, remains a living testament to the sophistication and mystery of the Minoan civilization. It is a constant challenge to scholars, a constant invitation to those who aspire to uncover secrets buried by time. And it is also a reminder that, perhaps, many of humanity's greatest inventions have been lost in the stream of history, just waiting to be resurrected from the depths of the earth. Those souls who have joined us in contemplating the purpose and strange craft of the Phaistos Disc, we now ask an even more haunting question: where did it come from? Was it truly a product of the Minoan civilization of Crete, or was it an artifact carrying secrets from distant lands, crossing seas and mountains to reach the palace of Phaistos, the location of the disc, deep in the ground of the Phaistos palace in Crete, at first led many to believe that it was a native Minoan product. However, the uniqueness of both its writing system and its printing technique has left scholars with grave doubts. If it was Minoan, why have no similar texts, seals, or objects been found in Crete or elsewhere in the wider Minoan world? Theories of foreign origin. It is this striking discrepancy that has led many researchers to believe that the Phaistos disc did not originate in Crete, but was an imported artifact carrying a message from another, now forgotten civilization. Theories of this foreign origin vary widely, each with its own intriguing story. 1. From the Aegean or Cyprus. Some scholars have suggested that the disc may have come from another island in the Aegean, or from Cyprus. Both of these regions had their own ancient writing systems, but neither of them exactly matches the Phaistos disc. However, the geographic proximity and close trade ties in the area make it a plausible possibility that a smaller, as yet undiscovered civilization existed and developed this unique printing technique. 2. From Anatolia or the Levant. This is one of the most popular theories. Lands such as Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, and the Levant, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, were the cradles of many powerful and mysterious ancient civilizations, such as the Hittites or the Canaanite city-states, linked to the Luwian language. Some researchers have tried to find similarities between the symbols on the Phaistos disc and the hieroglyphs of Luwian, an ancient Indo-European language spoken in Anatolia. Although there is no exact match, some similarities have been pointed out, especially the image of a human head wearing a feathered cap, a common image in Hittite and Luwian inscriptions. This suggests that the disc may have been created by a Luwian speaker or someone influenced by Anatolian culture. Trade. Crete had extensive trade relations with Asia Minor and the Levant. It is possible that a merchant, missionary, or diplomat from these lands brought the disc to Phaistos as a gift, an important document, or an item of special significance. 3. From Egypt or North Africa. Although more distant, some theories also suggest that the disc came from Egypt or the lands of North Africa. These civilizations had complex hieroglyphic writing systems and long histories. However, the stylistic and symbolic differences on the Phaistos disc compared to Egyptian hieroglyphics are so obvious that this theory is less acceptable. Why is it unique? If the Phaistos disc came from another civilization, why have no other copies been found in the exact place where it was created? This leads to two possibilities: destruction of the original civilization. The civilization that created the disc may have been completely destroyed, or their remains may not have been excavated. The Phaistos disc in Crete may be one of the few remaining pieces of evidence. Special nature of the item. It is possible that this disc is a very rare item, created in extremely limited quantities or for a very special purpose. Therefore, finding a copy is extremely difficult. Ultimately, regardless of the origin of the Phaistos disc, its presence at Phaistos is a powerful testament to the complex networks of trade and cultural exchange that existed in the ancient Mediterranean. It shows that civilizations were not isolated, but were constantly interacting, whether through the exchange of goods, ideas, or even unique writing systems. The Phaistos disc remains, a small but powerful lump of clay, keeping the secret of its origins tightly sealed. It is a reminder that there is much more to the ancient world than meets the eye, and that echoes from distant lands continue to tell tales of the wondrous connections between lost civilizations. Dear souls who have traveled with us through theories about the distant origins and unique technology of the Phaistos Disc, we now face a harsh truth: the curse of silence. More than a century has passed since it was raised from the earth. The Phaistos Disc still stubbornly holds its secrets, becoming one of the most difficult undeciphered writings in human history. Why is the disc still a mystery? Despite hundreds of attempts from the most brilliant scholars, and thousands of hours of painstaking research, the Phaistos Disc remains completely impenetrable. There are several main reasons why it has become a curse for those who dare to try to decipher it. Uniqueness. This is the biggest obstacle. If another text using the same symbology were found, even a short passage, it might provide enough data for linguists to begin to figure out patterns of repetition, frequency of symbols, and even grammatical structure. But for now, the Phaistos tablet remains a UFO in the world of ancient writing. Shortness of text, with only 241 symbols in total, on both sides, and only 45 different types of symbols, the text is too short to be effectively subjected to traditional statistical and cryptographic methods. There is not enough data to determine key words, sentence structure, or even reading direction, left to right, right to left, or top to bottom. No Rosetta Stone, like Linear A. Another undeciphered Minoan language, the Phaistos tablet lacks a translation into a known language. This is the golden key to unlocking any ancient code, just as the Rosetta Stone opened the door to Egyptian hieroglyphics. Ambiguous origin. Although it was found in Crete, was it the language of the native Minoans or that of another civilization? The uncertainty of the original language further complicates decipherment, as it is unclear which language's grammar rules or vocabulary structure should apply. The silence of the Phaistos Disc has led to many consequences and speculations about its fate. Was it a hoax? In some cases, when an ancient artifact is so unique and inexplicable, the hypothesis of a hoax or fake is raised. However, most experts and archaeologists reject this idea for the Phaistos Disc. It was found in a well-controlled archaeological context, alongside authentic Minoan artifacts, and in a clay layer of clear date, ca 1700 BC. Its unique manufacturing technique, seal printing, would have been difficult to convincingly fake in the early 20th century, a failed experiment. It is possible that the Phaistos Disc was part of an experiment in a new writing system or printing technique. But it was not widely used or was not successful in spreading. This may be why no other copies have been found, a farewell from a forgotten civilization. The fate of the Phaistos Disc is tied to the fall of the Minoan civilization, which declined and disappeared from history. It is possible that the disc is one of the last legacies of a knowledge, a technology that has been lost in the mists of time. Today, the Phaistos Disc, on display at the Heraklion Archaeological Museum in Crete, remains a major attraction for those who love mysteries. It continues to arouse curiosity, prompting scientists to continue studying it in the hope that one day it will be revealed. The existence of the Phaistos Disc is a powerful reminder of how much the ancient world still remains unknown to us. It stands there, a tangible testament to a timeless wisdom, but hidden behind an impenetrable veil of language and culture. The curse of silence has enveloped it, but it is precisely that silence that has inspired mankind's unending desire to explore. Will the mysterious symbols on the Phaistos Disc one day speak? Or will it remain an eternal mystery, an immortal legacy of a forgotten era? O souls who have traveled with us through the legendary Minoan lands, through the strange symbols of the Phaistos tablet, and through the futile attempts to decipher it. Now, we stand at the end of the story, where all the pieces come together, and the mystery of this unique object is contemplated in the light of knowledge and reflection. The Phaistos tablet conclusion. Over the previous 5 parts, we have explored together the main aspects of the Phaistos tablet, the mysterious revelation, found in the ruins of the Phaistos palace in Crete. This baked clay object immediately caused a stir with its unique shape and strange symbols arranged in a spiral. The unique technique of production, the fact that the symbols were created by individual stamps suggests an early printing technology. A great invention that was millennia ahead of its time, the silent war of scholars. For over a century, despite countless efforts, the Phaistos tablet has stubbornly maintained its secret. The lack of a bilingual text, the brevity of its contents, and its uniqueness have been the biggest obstacles. Ambiguous purpose and origin, theories about its purpose vary, from ritual text, astronomical calendar, to administrative tool. At the same time, its geographical origin is also a mystery, whether it was indigenous to the Minoans or came from a distant civilization such as Anatolia or the Levant. The curse of silence. To this day, the Phaistos tablet remains completely undeciphered, becoming one of the greatest challenges for linguists and archaeologists, and the subject of many supernatural or skeptical theories. Echoes from ancient signs and lessons from Phaistos. The Phaistos tablet is more than just an ancient clay tablet. It is a powerful testament to the diversity and complexity of ancient civilizations. It shows us that, even in the remotest times, humans were capable of creating unique writing systems and techniques that far exceed what we can imagine. Its existence is a powerful reminder of the gaps in our knowledge of history. Despite the countless artifacts that have been excavated, thousands of secrets lie deep beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed. The Phaistos tablet is a prime example of these echoes from the past, fragments of a grand historical picture that we have yet to complete. The eternal desire of man. What is most fascinating about the Phaistos tablet is not only its unsolved mysteries, but also its continued appeal to our thirst for discovery. Like the scholars who devoted their lives to deciphering it, we today continue to ask questions, search for evidence, and try to piece together the fragments of the past. The Phaistos tablet is a beacon of mystery, a reminder that the world, with its ancient heritage and its undiscovered wonders, is greater than any imagination. It invites us to believe in the impossible, and to continue our endless journey into the sea of mystery. As you contemplate the silent symbols on the Phaistos tablet, listen. Perhaps, in the whispers of wind and dust, you will hear the story of a lost civilization, an eternal call from the earth, forever urging us to seek truth and contemplate the wisdom and mystery of humanity.